DeAndre Hopkins is heading into Memorial Day weekend as a free agent. Yes, and what has been a surprise to many, DeAndre Hopkins has been released by the Arizona Cardinals. Now, there was a lot of rumors about him being traded and being moved, but he has a pretty hefty contract, counting against him that not a lot of teams have the cap space for, but that is not a worry anymore. The Cardinals have released him, and they're going to eat all of that $22 million. Now, one of the things that a lot of people are asking are like, hey, if they would have just waited till one, I guess the first one is, why are they eating $22 million to not even have the guy on their team? It's not like DeAndre Hopkins that bad of a player. And then two, they could have waited till June 1st. It is May 26th? Just a few days away. They could have waited till June 1st and saved $19 million. In this video, we're going to get into that and explain why they chose to cut him now rather than save $19 million. I mean, who needs $19 million anyways? Am I right? So DeAndre Hopkins, it's official per Adam Schefter, says he has become a free agent instead of being traded and can sign anywhere he wants. Here we have it, just the official logo here, official statement from the Arizona Cardinal. They say today they announced that they have released wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins. So, as many people are saying, and confirmed by Ian Rappaport, this is not a post-June 1st designation because teams can release players. I think you get two post-June designations per offseason, meaning they can release the player before June 1st, but then still have it count as if they released him on June 1st because of the salary cap issues, and then it allows that player to go sign with another team, and then the deal just doesn't become official until after June 1st. But it's basically what that does is allows other people to move money around on salary caps and whatnot. But in this case, this is not a post-June 1st designation. So Arizona is going to be responsible for the $22.6 million dead cap hit this season. That means on their books this season coming up, they're going to eat $22.6 million on their salary cap, and they're not going to have DeAndre Hopkins on their team. Kind of an idiotic move. I think this is confirming Arizona Cardinals are just ready to tank. I know their win total, season win total is at 4.5. I thought that was a little low, and I'm glad I didn't bet it because I didn't think they were going to try to be that bad. I mean, 4.5 is a pretty low number, especially when you got a quarterback out there. If Kyler Murray can stay healthy, maybe they can do something. But I mean, this right here shows that they are trying to tank, and I don't know what the hell they're trying to tank for because they've signed Kyler Murray to a long contract. Not like they're trying to go get Caleb Williams or anything. But Arizona Cardinals not looking good. A lot of people say, well, why are they doing this? Why would they eat $22.6 million just not to have a guy like DeAndre Hopkins on their team, where you got a bunch of teams in the NFL that would love to have DeAndre Hopkins on their team? They just can't afford the $22.6 million there. Well, here's what happened. It's not a post-June 1st cut. So the Cardinals clear $7.3 million. We'll call it 7.4, round up, $7.4 million. So they do clear a little bit of cap space, saving the deal. But they are going to eat all of the $22.6 million in dead cap money. How salary caps work in the NFL. Actually, how salaries work. They always tell you it's not the number of the contract you sign, it's the guaranteed money, all right? So DeAndre Hopkins had this year, if they would have kept him for the full year, he would have been paid about almost $30 million. Actually, a little bit over $30 million as a wide receiver. Them cutting him means that they only owe him $22.6 million of that 30. They saved that $7.4 million there. Now, why that's significant is because in the NFL, when you give a player money, guaranteed money, that money has to be accounted for on the books at some point. So the Cardinals could either have it counted this year or wait till after June 1st and have it counted next year. They decided, well, we've already made all our moves this offseason. We have this salary cap space this season. So they're going to eat all $22.6 million now, and Hopkins will be off the books for 2024. So they're going to just throw it all onto the book. So when you see people say, oh, they could have saved $19 million by waiting till June 1st, that's true. They could have saved $19 million in salary cap space, not in actual money. That 19 million, that 22.6 million that they have here, they've already given to DeAndre Hopkins in guaranteed signing bonuses and guaranteed money up front. So it's not like they just lost money right now. They've already paid him it. They're just paying the guy and they're not getting any service in return. It's like walking into a restaurant and giving them $100 and not getting a meal. You just walk out and say, nah, keep it. That's, kind of a little metaphor there for this, but that's what's going on. They would rather have their books cleared for 2024 since they have the cap space now and just eat it all now in a year that they Cardinals clearly don't think that they're going to do anything this season based off of some of the moves they've made this offseason. But it says Arizona held out as long as it could, but couldn't trade Hopkins' contract because it was a hefty contract. I mean, it was a big contract. So now he gets to hit the open market. And here is his contract, just to explain this again. So this is what his current and dead contract. Man, this thing updated fast. So this is all what needs to be accounted for on the books, meaning they paid him this dead cap hit right here. They've already paid him this $22.6 million. If we click down here, I think, can we click? We can't see it. Not going to let us see it. All right. Well, anyways, you can see this was his initial contract, a 2-year, $54.5 million. He got $27.5 up front. Guaranteed at signing, he had $42.5. So whatever his total guarantees were $60 million. So they got to account for that in the books, whatever they paid him last year. And then this year, the leftover remaining here was the $22.6 million that was left. That's what they're eating because they've already gave him that in the guaranteed contract here. This is weird too because it says it's a 2-year contract, but it's not because he signed an extension. I don't know. Who cares? These things get so confusing. Bottom line is they gave him $22.6 million already. They got to account for it on the books, and so they have accounted for it on the books right now. And they just decide and we're just going to release him instead of trying to. Obviously they couldn't trade him, and so instead of spreading this money into next year, where they could have eaten some of it this year and eaten a huge chunk of it next year, they said, screw it. This is going to be a losing season for us anyways. Let's just move on. We'll eat it now and better prepare us for 2024. So now a lot of people are wondering, where is DeAndre Hopkins going to go now that he is officially a free agent and he can sign wherever he wants to? Does he? I mean, he's already been paid his money. Does he want more money? I mean, he could sign another huge contract, but I mean, a lot of these teams don't have a salary cap space and obviously can't do it. A lot of these teams' salary cap space has already been eaten up for this year because we're so late into the off season that they can't just go up and offer him and pay him, a 1-year contract for $20 million. A lot of teams can't do that. It has to be a multi-year contract. What more likely is going to happen is he can go ahead and sign wherever he wants. He'll probably take a 1-year deal for about nothing, very, very, league minimum or, whatever a team has left that they can throw at him. If it's not about the money, he might just do that, take the league minimum since he's already been paid that money. He already got paid that guaranteed $60 million. He's, if it's all about the money, he'll go sign somewhere for the money. If he wants to try to win a ring, he can go sign for a team for cheap because he's already been paid for this season, essentially. And so a lot of people are speculating, well, where will he end up? Where will he end up? On a recent appearance on the I Am Athlete podcast, free agent wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins listed the 5 QBs he'd most like to catch passes from. This will come as no surprise to you, but here's the list. Bills, Josh Allen, Eagles, Jalen Hurts, Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, Ravens, Lamar Jackson, and Chargers, Justin Herbert. All arguably teams that could win the title this next year. I'm telling you, man, if this guy goes to the Eagles, if they don't win the Super Bowl, it'll be a miracle because what they've done improving on from last season, they've done in the offseason, what they've added through the draft, and then if you could add DeAndre Hopkins for dirt cheap. Oh my God, that's not even fair. It's not even fair. AJ Brown, DeAndre Hopkins. Oh my God, that's gross. Oh, I'm not an Eagles fan. That would just be, oh God. But that could happen. So he wants to go either to the Bills, Eagles, Chiefs, Ravens, or Chargers. Now, that's what he wishes. I'm sure all those teams would love to have him, but there's some other rumors going out around there of where he could end up. Obviously, he's played with Deshaun Watson in the past. Conveniently, Deshaun Watson has thrown 25 touchdown passes to DeAndre Hopkins, so they've got chemistry. That's 1/3 of his touchdown catches in his NFL career. So a lot of people are saying, hey, the Browns could be a good spot. Maybe he goes and links up with Deshaun Watson and the Browns. I don't know. Maybe. I don't see it because that division is so damn tough. And honestly, if he wants to, he should just stay in the or he should, yeah, well, I guess he was in the NFC. He should stay in the NFC because it's easier. It's an easier path. The AFC is loaded. Like going to a team like the Browns, you're gonna have to work for it. You still got a lot of work to do. And maybe that's what he wants to do. I don't know. Maybe if he thinks he goes to the Browns end up winning the division, going to the Super Bowl, they could be like, he was the key reason. Maybe ego. I don't know. We'll see. But DeAndre Hopkins could end up there. Or a team like the Chargers. That's another one that's going to be tough. That division's insane. You got the defending Super Bowl champs. Or do you just say, screw it, let's go with the Chiefs? Easy money. We're going to go back to the Super Bowl. That's not a bad deal either. Or you could just go to the Eagles, right? You can go to the Eagles we were just talking about and make it real simple because that they're in the NFC and they're ready to win now. They're probably going back to the Super Bowl if they sign him. Even if they don't, they're probably going back to the Super Bowl. I don't know. Some other rumors out there. DeAndre Hopkins posted a picture with Giants running back Saquon Barkley. They were working out together just a few weeks ago. Could New York, the Giants, be a spot? Could he want to go to a big market like New York? Maybe get some deals, some branding deals off on the side, play with the Giants team that overperformed last season, looking to continue to build on what the successes they had last season. That could possibly be it. That could be true. Who knows? But I mean, that's an option. I don't think that's likely. That's not one of the, he didn't list Daniel Jones as one of the quarterbacks he wants to join, right? So I don't know. Not sure about that one, but that's been floated out there. He has been working out with Saquon Barkley. But remember, these athletes all work out together anyways. It doesn't mean that they want to go play with each other. They just enjoy each other's company and want to go hang out. And of course, I've got to bring this up. The Patriots have been pursuing DeAndre Hopkins and trade talks for a while. Belichick throughout the DeAndre Hopkins career has always admired DeAndre Hopkins. I don't think there's a chance in hell that he goes to the Patriots, but they are going to try to pursue him. Maybe they'll give him a nice long contract. Say, hey, listen, you can help us out here and we can pay you. And we need a guy. You'll be the #1 wide receiver right away. You'll help our young quarterback. You could be the savior to New England. You can help us compete. They obviously need every advantage they can in that division. The Patriots would be a good spot. You would be working with the smart coach, obviously with Bill Belichick, who already admires you. How many players get to go to New England where Coach Belichick already likes you? That's a small list, very small list. DeAndre Hopkins is on that list, so maybe he'll end up being a Patriot. I'm not sure. The options are out there, and for the first time in his career, DeAndre Hopkins is a free agent, and he's got time. He's got time. Figure out what he wants to do. Does he want to win a ring? Does he want a nice, long, juicy contract? What is it going to be? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. First of all, what do you think of Arizona making this move? Was it smart to just punt on this season and just eat the contract now and then clear everything up for the following season? Since I mean they're already, I mean their win total is 4.5, so you can't argue. No one's expecting them to make the playoffs, so they might as well just punt on this season, eat the contract now. Do you think that was wise by them? Also, where do you think DeAndre Hopkins signs now that it's his choice? Does he go for a juicy contract? Can he get a juicy contract? Remember, he's 30 plus, approaching 31 years old. It's not young for wide receivers. And he's got to stay healthy. Can someone give him a long-term contract? Does he do that, or does he take a one-year deal for minimum money and go and try to win a ring? And if he does, what team do you think best fits DeAndre Hopkins? Let me know in the comments below. Hey, like this video, share it out there, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys on the next stream. Later.